Ozi TV. My name is Ozioma Anajeku and this is Speed It All. Today we're going to be talking about benefits of writing a will. And with me in the house is Barrister Chinwe Chukwu. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, benefits of writing a will. What is a will?
Okay, I'm going to explain the definition of a will in two terms.
Okay.
One, the legal term, and then the layman's term.
Okay.
The legal term, a will or a testament is a legal document that expresses a person's wishes as to how their property is to be distributed after their death, and as to how the person, the executor, is to manage the property until its final distribution. But in a layman's term, how a will is a document that allows a man to write in his own words how he wants his property to be shared, maybe between his father, his mom, and his wife and the children, so that in case of death, the property will not go into wrong hands.
Okay. So, basically, writing a will as the final wishes of a person prior to their death.
Yes.
Okay. So, are there benefits of writing a will?
Okay, yes, there are plenty of benefits. Let me just use that word. One is it can help you choose your executor of the will. That is someone that will help you, someone that is willing to help you manage the property until its final distribution to the beneficiaries of the properties. So it helps you choose someone that you can trust, instead of it just going into the wrong hands or going to someone you really in your own lifetime you would have given it to. And another one is it can help you choose the guardian of your children. In case where your partner or your spouse is no longer alive, or where you're a single dad, no wife or so it can help you just write that, okay, I want this person in case of my death to help me take care of my children. Another thing a will can help you do is it can help you, let's say, get someone like a trustee of the properties. That if when you have underage children, when you have that cannot maybe manage the property, so you can, for example, you can say, okay, I want to give it to Barrister Chinwe to help me take care of this property until my child is 18 years old and the property goes back to my child. That doesn't mean that the trustee is doing the property, just holding it in trust for the child. Then a will can help you, writing a will can help you revoke that will. Let's see, for example, you're married, you've written a will, or you're married and then you have a wife and then you have children and then there's a divorce. Writing a will can help you state that, okay, you don't want your divorced wife to be beneficiary of your properties. You just write in there that, okay, that this also person won't get this also property and all. So the will can help you, because in case the divorce is not even yet final before your death, the law will just know that, okay, in that will you just write, okay, I don't want this person to benefit from my properties. Because if you don't do it, the law says she's still legally married to you, will make her a beneficiary to your properties. So it will make you write that.
So you mentioned that you said something about an executor.
Yes.
Can an executor be a lawyer or anyone?
No, an executor can be anyone, anyone you trust. It doesn't have to be a lawyer. Just someone you know that can help you manage your properties till it gets to manage your estate, till it gets to the real beneficiaries. Most times, an executor can even be a beneficiary to the will.
Okay. So, do you think reasons why a lot of people don't want to write wills is because they think when they write their will, it would like motivate, or I don't want to use that word, it will kind of put things in the other person's mind to like kill them, to be able to take
the property.
the properties. Do you think that may be one of the causes why a lot of people?
Yes, to me, I think in Nigeria here that would be like one of the reasons why people won't want to write a will. Because to me, I think the number one reason is people don't like to write a will because they tell you you're planning for your death.
Yeah.
Like when you write a will, you just know, okay, I want to die. But not, to me, I feel everybody should write a will because if you do not plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah.
So I feel you should write a will so that your properties don't go into the wrong hands. And then for what you said, I think yes, most times that would be like a disadvantage because Nigeria, a lot of people we are not in the minds of people, so we don't even know how to think.
Yeah.
So to me, yes, if you write, let's say okay, you're doing this as a property or your company, let's say you have like a company, big company, and then you will it to maybe your brother, that can push him into a meditated murder. Let's say killing you because he knows that okay, once you die, this is a property comes to me. Instead of going to wait for you to have your natural death, he just kills you faster. Yes, a lot of people think like that. But to me, I think everything has its advantages and disadvantages. You just have to weigh them. But writing a will, I think the advantages supersedes the disadvantages. So I feel everybody should write a will.
So if a man has children out of his matrimonial home that the wife is not aware of,
okay.
So how does the will, comes to play?
Okay. Like I always tell people, there's no such thing as legitimate child.
Okay.
Yes, every child is your child. They can be, okay, you can say, okay, this is my legal wife, this is not my legal wife, but you can't say this is my legal child, this is not my legal child. The child is a child.
Yeah.
But still, writing a will, because writing a will just helps you plan for the children you have outside. Yes, outside, yes, outside the wedlock, yes.
Okay.
I know people who want to hear this, but it's the truth. Because imagine, for example, I'm married and my husband, I have children, and then my husband. Now, okay, when you don't write a will, and then the children outside will come in and say, okay, this is my dad, I want to take the properties. I don't care, it's not my business. I don't want to share my husband's properties with you, with anybody, because I don't even know you, I don't know who you are. So, but you, the husband, if you know that, okay, I have 2 children outside my home and I want them to be taken care of when I'm dead, I feel you should, in your will, you should include it and say, okay, I want to provide for these so children. If not, trust me, I won't even give you my property to share if you're outside.
So, if a man writes a will, like he writes a will last year, and this year he's having an issue, as a marital issue with a wife, and he is incapacitated to the extent that he cannot talk or use his hands, and he really wants to change what he has written. That can never. It's not something that you cannot do at that point.
Okay. I think the only way you can do that is power of attorney. Okay. Let's say you have like a power of attorney is maybe giving the same rights that you have to someone else. Let's say the same rights that you have over your properties to somebody else. Like okay, or let me explain it further. Like saying, okay, I want, in case I'm sick and I'm unable to do some things, I want Mrs. Ozioma here to, and it's written, legally documented. Then that, in such a case, you can maybe call that same person to help you amend the will. That's the only way, because if not, you can't amend it. So whatever is written, because it's only a will that can revoke another will.
Thinking of the whole thing now, because when you look at this part of the world, Africa, Nigeria, a lot of men, as you mentioned, don't want to write will, because when you ask them to write a will, they think you want them to die.
Yes.
And then, if you ask them to write a will, on the other hand, they will be like, you want to possess everything and share it with your boyfriend. You understand? All these things. Because I know that a lot of men, you understand, don't want to write it. Some people have been writing wills, but a huge number of people don't want to write will because of things like this. She understand. So a situation whereby a man writes his will, we said that the will supersedes the culture. So he writes the will to protect the wife and the children. Dies, the wife now takes over everything, protects the family and every other thing. But the family don't want her to move on.
Okay,
You understand? Get remarried because they believe that she's going to take that property to another man.
Okay.
She understand. So, you know, sometimes they come to fight her. It's either that she stays unmarried, keeps the property, or lets the property go and go with the marriage. So legally, you know, what's the take on that?
Okay. I don't think that is right, because if the husband did not want her to remarry, he will state it in that will be a condition in the will where you say, okay, I give you this property only if you don't get married or you don't remarry, you stay with me even in death. Yeah. But if not, a woman is free to get married and take the property. It's her property. It's no longer their brother's property. Now it has moved from the brother to her. So she owns the property. But I know, okay, there's this thing that I there's this thing I want to explain where, okay, in the will is written that, okay, my property goes to my wife. But the Lord is also very kind. Equity is just. So what the law will look at is if there are people dependent on that man in his lifetime, then those people, maybe they were not taken care of in the will, the law will provide for those people.
From his
properties, yes. Let's say you have like your own parents and your maybe siblings that are really dependent on you. He takes care of your family, your parents that are old and can't work, and then maybe in the will it's not written there, it's not provided for those people. The law will look into it, and then from the estates, from his properties, give out some things to those people dependent on him.
That is, if they have a document backing the fact that he is being taken care of them or not.
No, even if he doesn't, because your parents is your parents.
No, I'm not talking about the parents here. I'm talking about the relations.
The relations, yes. If you have proof that he has been taking care of you in his lifetime.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You have to provide. You have to provide. So you know, people will just come up and just claim a lot of things. So I know that's one aspect of one aspect that I didn't explain. So I wanted to explain that even if the property is given to the wife, because sometimes when a man is maybe like in the process of writing his will, a woman, we have our tricks.
Yeah.
So we can come up with a little trick and just make him say, okay, baby, please just write everything in my name, I'll take care of maybe in his right senses he would have given to his parents, but because of our little tricks as women, he will leave everything to us. The law will still want to provide for those people dependent on him, because he knows that if the law doesn't give it to them, they will suffer.
Exactly. So, but do you think it's right for someone writing a will to inform the spouse about it, or should it be private?
No. It should be private. It should.
Should the wife know if the husband is writing? But because personally, I don't think it's right. Because they can, just like you mentioned, they can be manipulated into writing some things that normally they won't want to write.
Okay, but I think you can maybe inform her that you're writing a will, but you don't just tell her what is contained in the will. No. Okay. You can just tell her, okay, I have written a will, it's with my lawyer and all, but so that in case I die, you'll be taken care of. But don't just tell her what's written in it. Okay. It can cost, even if she doesn't want to kill you, it can cost immunity.
Enmity.
Yes, it can cause maybe you give this social property to your brother, and then jealousy comes to play, and then she's looking like, why would you give that property? Okay, I want that property. No, but writing a will and you not telling your wife will just help you give to who you want to give.
So
what you want to give.
if a guy, if a man is traditionally married to a woman and has children with a woman, and then has another woman outside the home, you know, that he is legally married to outside, who has the upper hand, tradition or legal?
Okay, I think it's legal. No, I don't think. I know it's legal. Legal wife that has to. But the law will still, like I used to tell people, the law is just and fair.
Yeah.
The law will consider the other woman that has lived with him, especially because the law will tell you, under the law will say, okay, if you cohabiting with the deceased, maybe for more than 2 years, the law would give you something. So even if you're married to your husband traditionally and then he's married to another woman legally, that woman legally is his legal wife, is his wife. You, the traditional, they say, bring the bride price and all, no. Just always advise every woman to go to court, get married in court, so that you can have your legal grounds over your husband. The law will give their wife that's traditionally married some things, but that legal wife is his legal wife. She has an upper hand over traditional wife.
So what if, okay, if the legal wife now is just been married to him for like 2 years, and the traditional one is been married for like 15 years?
Doesn't matter.
God.
What? That's why I always tell people,
wow.
Be sharp, be smart. Don't just let love just lead you. Okay, I love this man. No. In as much as you love your husband, you have to be smart, you have to be sharp. Take him to court, let him get married to you in court, so that in case of anything, eventualities, even if he doesn't even write a will, and you're married to him legally, the law will back you. Yes, you have that legal backing. You go to court and tell them, okay, I'm married to this man, he's my husband legally, we're married in this so court. The court will still back you up and say, okay, this is his wife. Provide for her. The property should go to her and her children. Like I always say, okay, like in Igbo land where I'm from, the extended people, the male child is always known to be. They take the male child as being superior to the female child. So imagine if you're married and you have all girls, and then your husband doesn't write a will, and then you're not even married to him legally, and then call the extended family, that's his parents, his uncles, to just come in and say, okay, you don't have a male child, go back, leave my son's system. But if you're married to him, even if they come and you have all girls, go to court, because in the eyes of the courts, a child is a child, whether male or female. So if you're married to him legally, the court will back you up and say, okay, no, this is his wife and his children, so you have to provide for them. The property goes to the wife and the children, and not you. You don't take everything. So I feel everybody, as a woman, even if your husband does insist on having a court wedding, it doesn't take anything. Just go to court, get married, let it be documented. I remember getting married when I went to court to get married. The registrar told us that okay, that we were going to give him some days, like 21 days, to find out if my husband has been, or even me, we've been previously married before. But it's talking about previously married in court, not traditionally, because it's not documented. There's no documentation for traditional marriage. So if my husband has been married before in court, that's the only way they will stop my marriage. So I feel every woman should try, insist on getting married in court, so that because when you get married in court, the law will back you up. So I feel every woman should insist on court marriage. It's very good and very important.
Okay. So you've heard it all. We've come to the end of today's segment of Spill It All. And I'm sure you've learned a thing or two from what we've discussed today. So stay tuned and watch another beautiful episode coming your way next time.